Alright everyone, yesterday were totally coincidental, by the way. This wasn't coordinated either directly or indirectly in any possible manner, but a whole shit ton of YouTube channels and so forth were deplatformed yesterday. Stefan Molyneux among them. There's a link in the description actually to his BitChute channel. Now, I recommend you tweet at Team YouTube for all of these people, and I don't have necessarily all of the actual account links, but Molyneux's BitChute is there. And you can look through all of his videos and judge for yourself whether there was anything he should have been banned for. Newproject2 was actually pulled by MasterCard the other day. That's Dick Masterson's service. And I know there have been some groups that are like, well, Subscribestar still censors, and so they use that. As a Subscribestar user, though, I still don't want to see Newproject2 pulled, and I'm not understanding why MasterCard would do that. I'm going to assume it has political motives behind it. Jared Taylor got kicked off YouTube. I don't actually have a link to his stuff. I'll try to dig one up and put it in the description, but there may not be one there, but you can look up his work. And then Richard Spencer was kicked off of YouTube. Now, for some reason, I thought he already had been, but I guess not. His stuff disappeared from my feed a while ago, probably because of YouTube shenanigans. And I think David Duke also got hammered off-site as well. I don't have a link for his stuff, but he's, ubiquitous, so he's all over the place. And I'm thinking to myself, only a complete moron would think that it was coincidental that all of these different individuals in this service were taken down in a 48-hour period. What it probably was that there was a coordinated raid going on of some sort. And this takes two forms. There are two kinds of coordination that can happen when we see tech censorship. The first is that a group of disgruntled social justice warrior Karens will try to compile material they think is flaggable. They'll usually bot it, and YouTube really needs to crack down. But I mean, YouTube has actually incentivized this behavior because their algorithms often will respond to large numbers of flagging with banning someone, even if later on they're restored. The problem is because of the coronavirus excuse, that can take weeks or even months at this point, so it's a big problem for creators that need their video content to earn a living as their main stream of revenue through AdSense. They can get fucked. That's one way, that it's a secondary group, or it's a primary group, like, Zuckerberg at a meeting with his people, explicitly deciding to pull the trigger on InfoWars, for example, or a bunch of different tech firms. Their people get together and say, well, this person's problematic, we're going to basically disappear them offline in a single day. And the reason that this happens, the reason why you see either large groups of people censored or a person censored on multiple platforms at the same time, is the reason why you would coordinate that is to prevent them from fighting back effectively. Effectively, what you do is you cut them off from the aid of their audience. What these tech firms and craptivists have realized is that if you can cut a person off from large swaths of their audience, even if other people are defending them, it becomes less effective a form of defense. None of these people should be booted off of YouTube or any other site. I mean, the very idea that people would be censored for their political beliefs, even if they have out their beliefs, and some of these people, I'm sorry, but Newproject2 doesn't itself have any explicit beliefs at all other than raising money for people who have been deplatformed by other sites for wrongthink. The very idea of censoring a group that is explicitly related to trying to prevent economic fallout from political censorship is and of itself rather dystopian. But in specific, I would say, as a particular fan of Molyneux, especially among the people on this list, I can't think of anything that he would do that even particularly violates the TOS of YouTube in a political sense. I'm scratching my head. I'm trying to stretch my mind out and think of a way in which he could have violated the rules significantly enough to be downed off of YouTube. And also Andy Worski a couple of days ago was a target of this. Now, what do all of these people and things have in common? With the exception of Newproject2, which is just sort of the stand-in for like a Patreon or something, so still the comparison is apt. All of these people, I think, played an outsized role in the last election as far as swaying people politically. But in this election, though, like Richard Spencer, he's become almost a communist. He's been blackpilled on Trump, so I don't even necessarily see a similarity there. It's just the war on independent content creation. It's a war on fun. It's a war on people that are even remotely interesting. It's been ongoing now for years. I warned people about this happening and told them to branch out. Now, some of these people are on multiple alt-tech sites. You'd be crazy not to at this point. Molyneux, I think he has like 38,000 as of yesterday. It could be higher now. I'm sure people have shared out his link. Had like 38,000 people following him on BitChute. But when you get people with many hundreds of thousands, or in some cases even over 1 million subscribers, getting banned off of sites because a bunch of other people bitch about them, number one, or because a bunch of corporations just, they get gleeful at the idea of basically what amounts to election interference. It's interesting that self-proclaimed liberals are the ones championing that. It's interesting that people who have completely sold out are the ones mainly doing this. And make no mistake, that's exactly what's happening. It's one of two sellouts. It's either a group of leftists who have become the modern book burners. They're exactly like the Bushite pigs that they used to hate. Or it's Silicon Valley original gangsta Gen X libertarians who have decided to convert their sites from don't be evil to explicitly be evil as often as possible. So yeah, you should definitely tweet at Team YouTube. All of these people should be appealing. I think Warski basically said, fuck it. He's mainly on D Live. And we're seeing, you consider the audience totals here. If all these people's audiences were to use alt-tech anyway, it'd be a huge chunk of really the YouTube, you're talking millions of people there that would be explicitly or partially or exclusively using alt-tech sites. The age of BitChute and library and stuff like that has begun. The age of YouTube, unfortunately, appears to be waning. And I say that as someone who still does like YouTube as a site. I hate the fact that their TOS is not evenly applied. There's constant algorithmic manipulation, and then there's a cry constantly for censorship. What YouTube needs to do is reform its TS to stop literally encouraging people, basically, to misuse their flagging and reporting function. Because that's essentially what you've got, and they used to be like that in the bad old days. They finally changed that around 2011, 2012, and things got better until about 2017. Now they're shit again. YouTube decided to nerf its own site, essentially. That's about all. Peace out.